So today I'm going to try and tackle a watch subject that a lot of people talk about down in the comments of a lot of my videos. Now it depends on the watches that I'm reviewing, but a lot of people call other people watch snobs. Now, what is a watch snob? We're going to discuss that today. And are you a watch snob? Let's find out. You might be wondering right now, how do I know if I am a watch snob? How do I even get diagnosed? Is there a cure? Is it terminal? Well, you're in luck. Today, I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna find out if you are a watch snob. And maybe, just maybe, if there's a cure, maybe we can find it. Probably not, we'll probably die from this, but let's try anyway. So in order to understand what a watch snob is, I think we need to find out what a snob is first. So I went to the Webster's Dictionary, and according to the Webster's Dictionary, a snob is a person who tends to rebuff, avoid, or ignore those regarded as inferior. Someone who has an offensive air of superiority in matters of knowledge or taste. So with that being said, here is what I think a watch snob is. So a watch snob is obviously a watch collector, or maybe someone who just likes watches, who looks down at other people's watches or other people's choices because they think that they know more about watches than the person that they're looking at or the watch brand that they're talking about. Now, there's a lot of problems with that, but we'll get into that. So, what could a watch snob like? Or what can a watch snob dislike? Having a YouTube channel has really given me sort of a window into watch snobbery on many different levels. There are tons of different types of watch snobs, and I have them written down here. I'm going to read them to you. There are quartz haters. So there's people who hate quartz watches, and then there are people who will only wear quartz watches, which is pretty funny. There are the people who hate homage watches. Then there's the people who absolutely love homage watches and hate everything that is not an homage, and they think that they are not worth the money, obviously, because they don't cost as much as an homage. Then there are people who hate Chinese watches. There are people who hate Japanese watches. There are people who hate German watches. There are people who hate Swiss watches. And then there are people that I think just hate watches in general and want to complain to somebody, so they join the watch community and get mad at everybody in the comments. There are people who hate all watches except for Rolex, and of course, vice versa, people who love only Rolex and hate everything else. Same goes for affordable and non-affordable watches. There are people out there who swear that affordable watches are way better and offer greater value than non-affordable watches. And of course, people who collect only non-affordable watches, expensive watches, look down at the people who collect affordable watches. So you can see where I'm going here. The list could literally go on and on and on. There are hundreds of types of snobs out there. So according to what I've just said, technically, I am a watch snob. Now, I never knew this until I was diagnosed, and now I've begun to accept it. But the fact is, I don't have any quartz watches in my collection. I don't have any Rolex either. For a long time, maybe I thought I didn't like Rolex, and maybe I thought I didn't like quartz watches. And in fact, I actually like both of those things. I really do like quartz watches, and I like Rolex watches. And I didn't realize that till I was later on in my collection journey. And I sort of understood the purpose behind both of those watches. So as my watch journey matured, I sort of opened up to more brands, and especially Rolex, and of course, quartz watches. I actually now own a few quartz watches in my collection, not a ton, but yes, there are quartz watches in my collection, and I do aspire to own a Rolex. Now, the only thing I am still a snob about is paying over retail, so I try not to do that, and that's really more my personal thing. Does that make me a watch snob? I don't know. Maybe I'm a recovering watch snob. Maybe that is what I am. However, here we are. Now, here's a really good point and something that I want to use an analogy for. I don't wear socks. I've made it a life choice to never wear socks. If it's 0 degrees outside, I don't wear socks. If it's 100 degrees outside, I don't wear socks. Just because people wear socks that I see walking around the city, walking around my neighborhood, I don't look down at those people and say to them, well, you don't know what you're doing. Socks suck. You should not be wearing socks. In fact, they're probably right. They should be wearing socks. It's a lot more comfortable. Your feet probably don't smell as bad as my feet smell. But the point here is that I understand the benefits of not wearing socks. However, I also understand the benefits of wearing socks. I have made the choice not to wear socks. And that's it. That's my point. It's completely okay not to like something. So if you don't like homage watches, if you don't like quartz watches, that is fine. Just don't look down at other people or make comments at other people saying that they are stupid for wearing socks, or they're stupid for wearing an homage watch or a quartz watch. Just let it be. You can give your opinions, you can say why you don't like certain things, but don't get mad at people. And I think really what a watch snob is a person who doesn't like something and then tries to call out people who do. Calling out people who do and being a jerk about it makes you a watch snob. And that's really what a watch snob is, in my opinion. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Comments down below. Obviously, I've made a lot of statements here, but all I'm just trying to say is be cool. Everybody, just be cool, and you are not a watch snob. So there we go. We've narrowly avoided this. Maybe we aren't watch snobs after all, but here we are. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel. I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. There are some links in the description below. If you click on those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.